many of the problems that are facing us right now is actually so simple, but it's not easy, because so much of our institutional care of mothers and babies is based on separating them and not understanding that nature has imbued us with an elegant system for bringing our children up in a flourishing way rather than a defended way, in a way in which they can be peacemakers, can bring our world into the next place we need it to be if we are all going to survive. So it requires understanding what's behind so many of the things that we take for granted. Separating mothers and babies right after birth, cutting the cord too early, circumcision, which has become routine, people don't even question it, that is a huge trauma. Putting the baby in its own room down the hall rather than sleeping within that very small radius that constitutes the energetic and physiologic neurologic connection between baby and mother. Plastic carriers, swings, all of these accoutrements that we think are so important that are an unquestioned part of our culture. These are all eroding this primary bond between mother and child that then expands into family and child, and then that expands to society. If we look around and we see people that we feel don't have a connection to society, they don't have a conscience, we have to trace that back to when that bond was first broken, when that connection was first severed, without understanding what we were doing. It's sometimes strange for people to understand the idea that the mother and the baby are a single biological unit. But the latest brain science tells us that even two adults engaged in this conversation, we right now are a single biological unit. Our brains link up. But it's even more concrete, and it's biological, and it's very direct between a mother and a baby. For example, many people don't know that the components and the makeup of a mother's breast milk changes hour to hour, morning to evening, day to day, based on her baby's needs. If that baby is sick, if that baby is needing extra fat, extra protein, that breast milk changes. How else could that happen? If it weren't for this single biological unit, it's a continuous feedback from mother to baby and from baby to mother.